Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's One Piece Treasure Cruise video I will be showcasing 4 different teams for the new Kizuna, and one of them for its variation will be using the new Bonney for more tickets, but the other one won't in case you cannot find her as friend captain. All teams are designed to deal with all mechanics you will ever face in the Kizuna even after level 30, and the first one versus the Dex variation will be using the 6-star version of the Oiran trio as captain, and the friend captain will be the new Bonney. We are using the new Bonney ship. We are also going to make certain that we have Roger Rayleigh on Rayleigh when we enter, and in the middle row next to Smoothie, and we also want super type access to both of our captains. For stage number 2, the ship and the sockets at maximum will deal with despair, but if you don't have the ship, Smoothie's activation will deal with despair. Just make certain you have her double special activation limit break ability maxed out. We want to of course activate the Bonney special to deal with threshold and get an attack boost that will also help us avoid the low attack boost at a later Kizuna level. Swap to Roger as well. It would be preferable to actually swap to him first, then activate Smoothie for him to have a matching slot, but it's not that big of a deal. Easily take care of Sentomaru, survive of course his end of turn damage after defeat, and proceed to the final boss. Bonney also deals with the healing debuff in stage 2, so from now onwards whatever type of healing we get, it will be actual healing and will count as overheal because of our captain, which is great. The first thing we are going to do here is activate Smoothie, who after a specific level can deal with poison slots. That's why she is in the team. Before poison slots appear, you don't really need her special, so you can skip on it to save time on your clear. Then we want to activate Roger, who will deal with 2 turns of barrier later on, will provide an attack boost, and also will lock our slots to be matching for the next turn, because after a specific point Kizaru will only allow you to do 70% on your first turn. Next up, activate Atlas to remove damage reduction completely and increase our attack boost. Then New Gate to completely remove the barrier at a later level and get 2 turns of chain boundaries. And then it is time for our captain's super type and special, and we will get a color affinity boost, completely remove paralysis, but also get enough healing to get their maximum captain attack boost. And finally, Bonney's super type to manipulate all of the slots to RCV, maximize the damage output coming from them, and of course we have them locked for the next turn as well. Because of the 70% damage limiter later on, you won't be able to take Kizaru out in one turn, so let's showcase that. He will attack, we can super easily survive that with our overhealing, and he will apply super burn, which Bonney won't remove because we do not have the correct character tags, but we don't care because of our overheal. You can hit some perfects and greats if you need to clear the boss. For Team 2 versus the Dex variation, we are going to use Kinemon, Denjiro and Momonosuke as captains, but the friend captain needs to be level limit break 3 or over 6+ Super Sugofest Oden. And that is because we want his upgraded special to remove the reduced damage coming from Wano slots in the final stage. I don't know if you can clear without level limit break 3 Oden, so have that in mind if you want to use this team. We want access to both super types. We want to enter on Nami from Namek Arena, and we also have treasure map reward free to play Jinbe support on Buggy to lock our free spirit slots for the second turn of the final stage. In stage 2 versus Sentomaru, what we are going to do first is activate Kinemon, Denjiro and Momonosuke. They will deal with the healing debuff, despair, and also increase our damage. Then we want to activate Pirate Rumble free to play Ace to deal with threshold, provide an attack boost, which will also help us avoid the low attack boost in the final stages preemptive, because Ace's attack boost is 2 turns, and we can of course also survive Sentomaru's after defeat hit. Going to face Kizaru now or Borsalino, we are going to activate Shinobu and Raizo first, and they will be a must after a specific point to deal with the poison slots. Before that, not really, because they only help with damage, but also to get super types. Essentially, they can ignore the delay immunity, apply delay, and then also provide a conditional attack boost against it. After that, we are going to activate Nami. We are not going to use the super swap. Nami is very good because she will deal with damage reduction, paralysis, 2 turns of barrier at a later level, and provide damage. Then we want to activate both the super type and special of our friend Captain Oden. He will deal with the orb damage reduction and will provide us with very good damage for 2 turns. But to be fair, I did make a mistake here, because if you want optimal damage, activate the super type of Momonosuke first before Oden to get a better base attack boost for 3 turns and for everyone, and then activate Oden's, and finally Buggy's special to deal with the other 1 turn of barrier after a specific level, get chain boundaries, get good slots so that Oden will make Wano, and finally also activate Jinbe to lock those slots. We do 70% super easily in our first turn. If the damage limiter is not here, of course, you can just take out Kizaru, but in the second turn, the super burn will become an attack boost because of Momonosuke, and we super easily clear the boss. The first team versus the Sai variation will be a pretty specific one. We are going to use Yamato and Ace as captains, entering on Yamato, and then our friend captain will be the new Bonney. We need to have 4 turns of Hungry removal total from limit break abilities, and specifically Luffy, friend captain Bonney, and Ace Yamato have it. And we also want 2 supports, one to remove 2 turns of burn in the final stage, I am using treasure map rare recruit Chopper on Luffy, and one to deal with 2 turns of threshold for after level 30, and I am using support specific rare recruit Vivi on Zoro. We also want to make certain that our friend Captain Bonney has access to her super type, and she does because of Lilith. In stage 2, Hunger is gone because of the limit break abilities, and then we want to activate Zoro first. He will help us bypass the chain debuff, and we can also carry over his chain boost in the next stage, which is very helpful. We want to activate Sabo's EX super, might as well for a bit of more damage, it won't be necessary in the final stage. And finally, both our friend Captain Bonney's special and super type abilities. And those will essentially help to remove the slot damage reduction, because we do have a strength captain, provide us with damage, good slots, and an attack boost to avoid the intimidation next turn. Then we want to attack starting from Sabo and Lilith. This will always be the case with this team, because Sabo is not boosted at all by our captains, and Lilith is only half boosted, so keep that in mind. Now in the final stage, because I'm using the new Bonney ship, alongside sockets it can remove despair, but if you don't, Lilith can remove despair, so you do not really need to worry about it. Support Vivi will activate reducing 2 turns of threshold, only necessary after level 30, and support Chopper will activate reducing 2 turns of burn, only necessary after level 20. After that, we activate Lilith first to deal with attack down after level 30, despair if it's present still, and get an orb boost. Then we activate Sabo. You don't really need to go through with his action special, it's not necessary at all. He is only here to deal with 10 turns of burn, because he's one of the very few units in the game that can do so, so you can just simply skip his action special. Then we want to activate free-to-play Egghead Luffy's special to deal with the remaining threshold and also get a color affinity boost, mainly for himself though, to be honest. And then we want to super swap our Captain Yamato to Ace and activate the special. We are going to apply burn through immunity, gain a conditional attack boost against it, and also good chain boundaries to bypass the chain debuff alongside Zoro's chain boost. We attack Kizaru here based on color advantage, ending on Bonney and Luffy. We take him out, but he will revive at 1 million HP, and because of that the burn will apply and take him out for good. The second team versus the Sai variation will be using Memories of the Straw Hats Robin as captain and 6-star Gear 5 Luffy as friend captain. For our dual units we want to enter on Mansery and Carrot, and we need to have access to Robin's superclass ability and Luffy's EX super. We also want to use the Bonney ship and have maximum sockets, which is a must to deal with despair in the final stage, so then Robin can reduce the burn. On top of that, we want 4 turns of total hunger removal from our limit break abilities, and specifically Robin, Sanji, and Nami Carrot have it available, which allows us to deal with hunger completely in stage 2, and then we want to super swap Carrot to Nami and activate the special. They will provide us with a full board of matching slots, and we won't essentially care about the reduced damage coming from RCV slots either here. We get chain boundaries to bypass the chain debuff, and we can also actually swap Marcery to Shirahoshi to make all of these locked slots rainbow to have for the next stage 2. We attack Sentomaru here based on color advantage and super easily defeat him. Something to have in mind, I am also using Cerebral support Perospero on Shirahoshi Marcery, so he can once again, when we activate Shirahoshi Marcery, lock our slots on the Cerebral units to have them available as matching after Kizaru's revive, but I will be honest, it's not that important. Despair is gone because of the Sip and Sockets, Burn is gone for now because of Robin's captain ability. Later we are going to completely remove it with Shirahoshi Marcery. For now, she essentially is not necessary, only after levels 20 and 30, to remove Burn and Attack Down. That's why she's here. We don't really need to remove the other 2 debuffs, hence why I will leave them present to showcase the team. After Shirahoshi Marcery, we want to activate Reiju, who will provide us a 3-turn attack boost. It can survive through intimidation and be active for even after Kizaru's revive. Then Treasure Map Sanji for a base attack boost. He's mainly here to provide us with the EX Super and Super Class access. Then we activate both the Special and Super Class of Robin to apply increased damage taken, increase our chain, and get chain boundaries to deal with the chain debuff without activating the interruption because it's coming from a Super Class. And finally, we want to activate the EX Super of Luffy first and then his Special to gain damage and the ability to ignore both Threshold and the barrier that Kizaru will have after a specific level. So we just attack here based on color advantage to defeat the boss, and then he will revive. He will bind everyone other than Robin, but Luffy will remove that completely, and he will also apply Special Bind and Special Rewind. We do not care about that though, we also have good slots, and he only has 1 million HP, so we attack again to take him out for good this time. And these are my 4 different teams for the new Kizuna vs Borsalino. Hopefully they helped you out. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below, I would be happy to help. And as always, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.